Good day mga ka-learners! Maligayang pagbabalik. Last time you were here, we learned how to tell facts from opinions. We also looked at how to avoid fallacies and form logical conclusions by carefully studying the information we have been given. Today, let's look at how we can use what we have learned so far and pick into what the information we've got might not have up front. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to, number 1, make inferences or conclusions based on the information given, and number 2, predict outcomes from events described or presented. What does it mean to infer? Let's look at this situation. Let's say you finally see one of your friends a few months after the end of the quarantine. You see them with what looks like a wedding ring. You draw from experience and the fact that you also saw her being dropped off by a man and tell yourself, she must be married. I'll ask and congratulate her if it's true. This is one way to infer or reach an opinion or conclusion based on available information. Making an inference should not mean that what you infer is automatically true. It is you merely taking in the information you see and hear and making an informed guess. This isn't a new skill to learn since we all do it most of the time. When someone tells you they will be late, you start to think why they might be late. If your friend isn't acting the way they usually do, you might infer that something bad might have happened to them. Let's test how good you are at making inferences. Suppose that friend with the wedding ring looks like she gained a bit of weight. What can you infer based on the information you have so far? You can write down your answers on a sheet of paper and compare them with someone watching with you. What can you say based on that one statement? Remember that there are no wrong answers here because we do not know if your friend is indeed married or has gained weight. There is also no right number of inferences that can be made. It's also good to remember that when you make an inference, you are merely guessing what might be rather than what it is. Can you think of other situations when you had to infer something? Let's now look at making predictions. This is another skill we all have used at some point. Can you remember the last time you had to make a prediction? If not, then picture this. You and a friend are on your way home when you see that the skies are turning dark gray. You both know that it's going to be a long wait before either of you get home, especially during rush hour. You both start thinking about how packed bus stops will be. You also know how limited the seats will be. You eventually decide that you will wait out the rush hour at the mall instead of spending an hour either waiting for a bus or standing inside of one. Everything in the situation prior to you telling your friend you want to spend some time at the mall is a prediction. It is an inference of a future event based on your experiences. These predictions may have been accurate, but you might gloss over other details. What if your friend needs to go home because of how far away her house is? What if you need to go home because of an emergency? You might also get lucky and be able to board a bus right away. If you missed some details, do not worry. We make predictions every day and we don't always get them right. What matters more is we learn from these missed predictions so we can do better next time. That was an easy lesson, huh? Making inferences and predictions are things we do every day without realizing it. Hopefully, you are a bit more conscious of them and make better decisions moving forward. Hanggang sa muli mga ka-learners!